Welcome to Bike World. Welcome to the launch of Ducati's Monster SP. Now, by the blue skies and sunshine, you probably think I'm somewhere glamorous, maybe Italy or Sicily or Spain, where in fact I'm about 20 miles away from Silverstone, which is that way. And as you can tell by the bike, this morning the weather wasn't perfect because it's pretty grubby. But that did give us the opportunity to try the multiple rider aids, which is lean sensitive traction control, anti-wheelie and lean sensitive ABS, plus the rider modes. But the big talking point is the difference between this model and the standard model. And normally in Ducati history, the SP gets upgraded suspension, which is the case here. So we've got fully adjustable Öhlins up front, fully adjustable Öhlins on the rear. We've got upgraded brakes, so we've got Stylema Brembo brakes up front with slightly different discs that are slightly lighter. We've got the Termioni aftermarket exhausts on the back, which don't actually increase horsepower, but they are lighter, another weight saving. And then we've got the graphics and the looks and the desirability of having that SP badge on the side of your Ducati. So, we've got blue sky, the roads are drying out, it's time to get the lid on, click on the onboard camera and have some fun this afternoon. So what time is it? Yeah, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Normally we start these tests with a ride from the factory or a ride from the shop. But in simple terms, the weather's been pretty rubbish, so we've just now this afternoon got a chance to try some dry roads. So welcome to Ducati's Monster SP. I do like the kind of split personality of the Monster SP, in that you can ride it like this, really sedately, normally, lovely fueling, easy to ride, light, quite narrow, quite thin, quite small. You don't have to be a giant. It's not a manly, aggressive bike like the Street Fighter V4, for example. But then, when you want to have some hooligan fun, I'm in sports mode. I've turned the anti-wheelie off and I've just got ABS on the front. And you can have some real fun. And because you've got that quality all-in suspension, which lifts the bike up a little bit as well on the ride height, that means I've got more ground clearance. So when it's not awful, salty, horrible like this, and we go to a track, we've got a lot more ground clearance. And riding one of these on a track, yeah, why not? It's light, it's agile, you've got those massive Stylema stoppers, you've got power, it sounds good. The exhaust is Euro 5, so that should pass through the noise regulations on track days, so that should be a problem. Downsides, the steering damper's not adjustable, which I thought it might be for the price. The screen, by modern standards, it's clear, it's full colour and it's informative, but I don't know if it's a little small, because we're all used to these iPad TFT screens at the moment. But I'll leave it for you guys to discuss. My friends! Hello, friends! Gotta do a little slide on the way home, haven't you? That's with the ABS off, by the way. Great bike. Love it. Looks good. Sounds good. Versatile. As a road bike, I'd probably have this SP over a Street Fighter, would I? Do you know what? I probably would. By some amazing magic, the bike that we've been riding all day that was covered in salt and grit and horribleness earlier is now immaculate. The magic of TV. But in all seriousness, the guys at Bike World did promise me that I'd be riding somewhere glamorous and exotic, but around Silverstone and these roads around here has proved a real world test of the SP. We've ridden it on B roads, fast A roads, dual carriageways, through villages and towns, on bumpy B roads, in every kind of circumstance and every kind of condition imaginable, from cowpats and mud to actually some decent grip and some good fun. And it's answered every question I've wanted of the bike. Almost to the point, for me, of my size and my physique, why would you want the V2 and the V4? Personally, I like riding on my own, I like doing my own thing. and this is everything that I want it to be. If I've got sports bike buddies and I was a bit bigger and maybe I take a pillion and I do loads of track days, then yeah, the V2 and the V4 makes sense. But I just like kind of living below 100 miles an hour these days. Maybe I'm getting old. But this is versatile, it's fun, it's lively, it sounds good, and it's good looking. What Ducati have done, and what they've done for 20, 30 years, is get their base model and just improve the chassis. There's no point improving the engine and spending loads of money there because it doesn't need any more. 111 horsepower, 69 foot-pounds of torque, that's enough. What they've done is made it a few kilograms lighter, made it more desirable, better looking, give it a little bit more soul with a Termione exhaust, and then put the all-in suspension on it, which just improves the handling. We've got the Stylemma brakes, which, to be honest, are a little bit overkill. They are that good. And there's a little less unsprung weight. But it's a little bit deceptive, because I think the bike's been raised up slightly, which makes the bike feel a bit more lively and a bit more fun and a bit more fluid. It's so light and so flickable and so easy to ride. It's just increased the bike's versatility. So before, the Monster was good around town and it was good at looking good and you could cruise on it and you could do a little bit of touring and you could have fun. But now the fun factor has just increased tenfold. Now you can ride that to a track and really embarrass some people. And it's only got 111 horsepower, but it's so agile, so flickable and so much fun. I've really, really enjoyed today. But I think the biggest test is going to be for this bike is when we put it against the competition. At just under £14,000 for the SP model, it's in a really kind of weird category of some really good bikes like the KTM Duke 890 and Yamaha's MT-09 SP. Triumph have got their new Street Triple just around the corner. And all those bikes are very different in different ways. We know the KTM handles really well. We know the Yamaha is price competitive and fun. On standalone, I think the Ducati is going to have the desirability and the looks and the soul. I don't think it's going to match them in performance, but is that going to be necessary in the real world? But as an individual ride of this bike today in these conditions, it's a tick from me. It is considerably more than the standard bike. So the standard bike is 10,895 and this is 13,995. If you're going to go Ducati, you may as well go for the full thing. Thoroughly enjoyable, really enjoyed riding that bike. Can't wait to get Chris involved and we'll do the group test shortly.